Hey guys, it's Tony here. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about Bitcoin. Now, in my previous video, which by the way I did over here, ever since that video, Bitcoin actually did have this gigantic correction down, tapped support and came back up, which seems like a BART pattern. This gigantic spike up after this dump leads everybody to believe that this is the end of the dump and we're going to start pumping right now. Now, I want to talk to you guys about, is this even the end of the dump? Because could we go lower, or should we right now start pumping? That's what I'm going to be talking to you guys today. And sorry for not posting a video. I was having Thanksgiving with my family, and of course I can't always do crypto videos all the time, but I'm back and I'm ready to do a video. So let's get into it. So, in order to figure out, is the Bitcoin done dumping and it's going to start pumping, I have to first see what it's doing, because look at this dump. This wick right here, I can drag it straight past, and we tapped practically perfectly with the previous higher high. You see that we have this previous pump, we had this like when we actually started pumping. If I actually zoom out to the daily time frame, you guys can see that this previous higher high was actually part of this new cycle that we're doing after we dumped at the $65,000 level. And this previous higher high is perfectly tapping where we dumped. And this is really important because, like I said in my previous video, if we will dump below the previous higher high, that would be really bad, because let me just show you what happened in history. When we were pumping first time in about 2020, when we have these dumps, and of course, like what I'm about to show you, that was a pretty small one, but then there's a couple other ones. But look at this. Here's the previous higher high, and we had this support level right over here, and we came down and we tapped it perfectly. Now, if I go over here, you guys can see that we have this other higher high right here, right over here, and we came up, had this previous higher high, came down, we had this next higher high, and we tapped the bottom perfectly again. Of course, we had this little tiny difference, but we practically came down and touched it. And of course, there's different exchanges with different amounts by a little bit, so we did technically come down and confirm support. But watch what happened here when we went to $65,000. We have our previous higher high right over here. And as soon as we came down, we broke it. We could not break above it. And we barely even established a higher high after that. So you guys can see that the trend was actually getting slower. The higher highs were getting much, they were getting much less steep. So that caused Bitcoin to actually dump. So now we have the same exact thing. We confirmed support on the previous high, which is why many believe that we're going to be having a bump up, and many believe that this is the end of the dump. Now, this is not the only thing you can think about. You have to think about other things. You can't just see the support and think that Bitcoin is going to be pumping up. You have to have some more things. And luckily, I found some. Well, not luckily, but I found some. So look at this. If we grab our Fibonacci extension, which measures when we drop, which is perfect to use when we're dropping, if we take it from the swing low to the swing high, and you guys can see the three major levels where we usually drop through, the 0.3 to 0.5, and most importantly the 0.618, we have been at the 0.5 level. Specifically, we went into the middle of the 0.5 to 0.618, which is known as the golden pocket, because this is usually where Bitcoin stops, somewhere in the middle. So this is another technically thing you can say that Bitcoin is going to be pumping up. This is another reason, because usually when we come to the golden pocket, we usually pump up. But we do have a little bit of a warning, because we're tapping the 0.382 level, which is a really big level. The 57,871 level, which Bitcoin is right now getting rejected, that is a big level where we have to be looking out on. Because if we get rejected off this level, I believe we could go lower in the Fibonacci extension level, and maybe even go down to the 0.618, because let me show you, like I said before, the golden pocket, we can go anywhere inside of the golden pocket, so we could come down technically, and we could all the way come down and test much lower levels like 52,000, which is my support. And this is why there's a reason that we could be going down, because we have this support that I talked about in my previous video about this whole entire previous rally, and it had a support, and I was talking about how trend matters, and as soon as we broke the trend, we dumped down hard, and we have the same exact trend happening over here. So if you see like this is my trend, and if we break this trend, that will be really bad, but usually we come and confirm support on it like we did over here. And of course you can modify a little bit to be a little bit better, but we tapped it over here, we tapped it over here, we tapped it over here on our previous rally. We tapped it like three times. Same thing we could be doing here. We tapped it once. This could be our second time tapping it. And this will be really good if we tap and confirm support, because that means Bitcoin will be in control. And this level where we could be at is practically the same exact level as this previous higher high. So we could be coming down and testing the $52,000, $53,000 level, which we almost did already, or even come down and test the $52,000 level. That's what I personally think could happen, but what we have to wait is for Bitcoin to either get rejected or break through the 0.382 level. So that's what you have to watch out. Grab your Fibonacci and you go from the swing low to the swing high. So from the bottom of when we actually started dumping and started going up to the top when we actually stopped going up and started dumping. And you watch these three levels. If we get rejected off of this purple one, this is 0.382 level. If we start coming down, we could be going down lower than where we are right now. We could be going down to maybe the 0.618. But if we right now break through the 0.382 level, then we could be seeing a pump up, and this could be the end of our previous dump. Because the same exact thing as we happened when we were going first rally, first part right here. If we grab our Fibonacci and we drag it from the bottom to the top again, we tap the 0.5 level, going to a little bit lower, down to the golden pocket, and tapping the support. And after that, we pumped up, but not after we actually had this small rejection off the 0.382 level, which caused us to come and test the 0.5 level again. So if we get rejected off the 0.382, we could be seeing another leg down. But this is in the short term, like I said before, and in the long term, we still have this healthy trend going up, and I believe we will be going up within the next year. I mean, by the end of this year, we will be already done with our dump, and we will start going up. And by the start of next year, or maybe by February, by the end of January, we will be at $90,000, because if we keep going on this angle of attack, we could come there at about the end of January. So this is why I think long term we will be going up. Short term, we have to break through this level. And by the way, this level is 59,200. So watch for us to break that, 59,280. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to click that post notification bell. Subscribe to my Telegram channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!